So today we're going to be going over how to set up your curve plates that you get with the Blue Alpha Med pouch. We won't be going over any of the either side pull or top pull options. This is just the insert here for both options. So when you get your med pouch, you'll have a couple things with it. So you will have a tabbed plate, and this tabbed plate is what's going to insert into these 4 slots here, just like this. We also have the second plate, so that way if you want to do a 2-plate system, so that way when you open up the med pouch, everything's nice and organized and just a little more clean. And then we also have our NCD tab, and you'll have 2 lengths of shock cord. You notice that we already kind of set up this one on how I like to do it. So this is my med pouch. I just run 2 of the elastic cords over and I just cram everything in here. I find this is the best way to get a low profile med pouch. I don't like to use the second plate because I just like to try and make this as small as possible. So with this second plate, all we've done is put a length of shock cord down. I have a couple overhand knots here just to secure the shock cord, and I've built in a little bit of a hump in these already, knowing that I'm going to fill it up, and so that way it's not so tight when I'm trying to cram all this stuff in here. So we've already set up that one, and now we'll set up this one. All we're going to do is take our shock cord. I like to run it into the first slot and just do a very simple overhand knot. Pull that knot nice and tight, and then from there I'm just going to run it down to the bottom hole. So like I was saying before, I like to leave just a little bit of a gap because I know I'm going to be filling this up with a bunch of items, so it's not quite so difficult to do so. And then just another simple knot. All right, that's the size that I want it. From here, I'm just going to clip the shock cord and go ahead and burn it. Now, but before you burn this and clip this, I would just confirm that the items you want to fit in here will, because once you clip it, you've clipped it, you can't do anything about it. So from there, we're going to do the other side as well. Same thing, simple overhand knot. Get a nice tight knot, run it down, pass it through. That looks to be about the same size. So I'm just going to do, once again, and pull it tight. All right, those look good. Same thing, clip the ends. We're going to burn the ends of the shock cord just to prevent as much fraying as we can. The police are here, don't worry about it. They're not here for you. But, so once we have these 2 pieces set up, if you want to tie these together, what I would recommend is you filling up both of your trays with whatever it is that you're going to be putting in there. So that way, when you go to judge the height on how much you'll need for excess to tie off, you can do so. We also have these flat spots, so if you have some easy tape left over or you want to purchase some easy tape, you can just easy tape these together. You can also use 550 cord, paracord, whatever you kind of have laying around to do so. But once we have it set up, since this is the one that's going to be going into the med insert, we're going to take our little NCD tab here. We're just going to pass it through. I like to put this on top. That way, if I'm running an NCD or a Sharpie, whatever it is, and then from here, all we're going to do is put the 2 tabs in, and we're just going to bend the curve plate so that way it fits inside the med pouch right here. And so if you do it kind of like this, this is the setup that you'll end up with. Then like I was saying before, if you're going to run the 2-plate system, put everything together, judge the distance you have in between. Like I said, you can use easy tape if you have any leftover shock cord, paracord, anything like that to do so. And that's your install. I hope this was helpful. If you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below. Head over to bluealphabelts.com.